Okay, today we're reviewing a Ritualist Haze. We talk a lot about ult usage, how to use your ult well, and then how to tie in items like Silence Wave. We talk a lot about general map awareness and overchasing, how to make sure a fight isn't bad or you're not overchasing too much. And then we go into a lot of depth about building, when you're building too defensively and when you're not building defensively enough, and what items and how many items you should buy as situational. And lastly, we talk about executing and Siphon Rush, both of which have been nerfed in between the recording and editing of this VOD. So I'm Midknight. I was a top 10 Mirage, and in the past 10 months, I've been a free Deadlock coach. If you want free coaching, all you have to do is join the Discord linked in the description. We have raffles every day. If you like the video, you know what to do, and I hope you enjoy.
Oh, nice dodge on the runs. We shouldn't, okay. The issue with that sleep is like there's a couple issues with that sleep. Is one, you're immediately shooting after you sleep, but that's not the main issue. Because either way, nice, good kill. Either way, that Vindicta probably would have shot him away because the Vindicta's actively shooting at him. But until you get your sleep max, which, obviously you don't, and you get that, what is it? How much bullet shred? 12% bullet shred on wake up. It's not useful to just throw your knife there. It's better to throw it, wait for him to start slipping away. When the Vindicta's not shooting at him, you throw your knife at him, you catch up, you can get a heavy melee, maybe 7 walks on top of him, and then you can just shoot him in the dome. You extra spirit next. Interesting. Executing? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the issue is you're a little slow on the timer. It's more efficient. If you're on the other side of the map, it's much, much easier to execute on this roof. This is the best execute spot by far, and you should be doing this. There's a close spot on this lane behind Guardian. I think we're, oh yeah, this spot. Yeah, you can execute here. Thank you. So this is the better spot to execute, but it's better. Also, in this elo, when you execute and people question you, I mean, I guess you should explain yourself, but I don't quite know where this, but expect them to not understand and to flame you, and just mute them if they continue to talk about it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, also we should definitely go headshot boost this lane. You pretty much buy headshot booster every time you're into a 7 because he's just free headshots. But yeah, I mean, good to see you executing. I think, yeah, I mean, executing is just, it's I don't know. I mean, it's good, obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's bad by any means. Oh, the minions are... Okay, that's a cool glitch. Hopefully that resets it. But it's weird. It's weird to get the correct timings of it, and when you actually should. Okay, I mean, I don't even execute that much. But also on Doorman, he's one of the characters where it's actually, if you're mid lane, I think I don't know the exact math on it, but it's less efficient to execute because you can just door yourself back, or out and back into lane fairly quickly if you do your doors correctly. It's a little less execute heavy. Because I'm surprised we got extra spirit though. What's the angle? What's the... I'm just doing more math. Okay. Okay. Let's do the angle. Sorry, I'm fucking spacey today. Let me lock in. I mean, it's light and slow though. We're going probably double best, right? If we're saving for a T2. I buy changes at this point. Yeah, I don't like extra spirit. Sorry, that's what I was mathematically calculating. That's why I was quiet for a second. I don't like extra spirit. If you want to go spirit power, just go enchanters. It's only 800 more. It's significantly more value. Double vest on Haze feels amazing. In general, double vest is just really, really strong. We'll go active reload into rapid rounds. Okay, I'm going to talk a lot about micro with your rapid reload because I've been talking a lot with Dog recently. I'm watching him play a lot. Just as because as someone who fucking hates playing gun carries, we're late on that ult. I mean, ooh, that was parryable. Okay, a few things there. First off, we're late on that ult. If we want to ult with Vindicta stakes, we should ult immediately. And the little bit of indecision did cost him living. Enchanters plus vest, if you want spirit, which, I mean, spirit isn't crazy. It's not bad on Haze, but it's not crazy. But I wouldn't just not buy extra spirit. I would go, I mean, if you're taking a decent chunk of spirit damage into the 7, so enchanters can put in some value. But also what I was going to say is, first off, you should ult on top of him the second he gets staked. And then second off, we should panic parry. Whenever you are 1 HP and the enemy is like within melee range of you, always parry. Just because it's your only option there, right? You're going to die. The only way you ever live there is if you parry 7. So even though he only has like, I mean, let's say less than a 5% chance of meleeing, your chance of living without that is probably like less than 1. So you're just giving yourself the highest statistical chance at living, and he did end up meleeing. So panic parry would have been huge. Also with APR, as I talk about it, it's a really good way you can use it. And one thing people don't think about a lot is popping it. For one, popping it before you go for a trade, right? So you have the extra stats into the trade, but for two, the movement speed it gives. Like if you're ever watching High Docker play, which I mean I don't expect any of you guys to normally be watching High Docker play, but sorry, hit my mic. He will almost constantly pop it just to get around the map. Like if you're gonna run, if you're gonna roam, and you know you're not gonna be in a fight for like what's the cooldown? 12 seconds. You just pop it for the movement speed. Very, very nice for getting around the map. Okay, we should buy it though. I don't know why we're not buying. Unless we're saving for, I mean, I guess to be fair, our Q, we could not be going with what we queued, or our Q could be replay glitched. No, not Fleetfoot, active reload. It gives the movement speed when you, like, pop it. People really, like, just don't think about that, but it's really nice for just moving around the map. Like 1 meter a second movement speed is not insignificant by any stretch of the imagination. So popping it before you, like right now, if you're gonna grab that mid buff, pop APR, gets you there faster, or not APR, active reload. Yeah, okay.
I see the enemy.
Let's see. He pops it whenever available. Yeah, he's motherfucker spams that shit. I mean, it's good though, and it's really good to have up. It's not a high cooldown. You pop it if you know you're only going for like a light trade. Like right now, this poke on the 7. Okay, you're not shooting a 7. Like right there, you should probably be doming the 7 because you got like maybe 10 bullets on the tower, which really isn't that much versus you could have gotten a ton into 7 skull. Like right there, I would just pop my eye. High Docker would pop APR first and then just fucking dome the 7 in the skull. You get a good amount of healing, good amount of damage. Oh, let's switch this back up. Yep. Perfect. You go to an angle, just stack your fixation. Now you want to keep your fixation on him. Obviously, you should be shooting him. Obviously, you do have to be a little afraid of Rifter, but you're playing too passive. Your Vindicta's looking for snipes. Like right there, your only goal is to keep your fixation on him. This fixation takes an absurd time to like dissipate. So if you're just constantly like shooting one bullet into him whenever you get the chance to stop your fixation stacks from going away, he's either gonna have to like disappear for 10 seconds. Actually, like, what's the exact number and how long it takes to dissipate? Does it say here? I think it's around 10 seconds, but I don't know off the top of my head. 11 seconds. So he's either going to disappear for 11 seconds, or next time he comes near you, you're going to do a fuck ton of damage to him. That's a big difference. Oh, poor Vindicta. Why is she not resetting? Yeah. That's a big difference between high elo and low elo hazes, is how much they, or like how much they keep that fixation stacked in lane and just like abuse that shit. Because I guess, okay, here's the tier of hazes, which low elo hazes don't think about keeping fixation stacked all the times. Mid elo hazes think about keeping fixation stacked and get a ton of free kills because mid elo players against hazes don't think about fixation stacks. So they'll go in when you've like stacked 40 stacks on them and you'll just fuck them up. Then high elo players with high elo hazes will, you know, keep their stacks up and the enemy will have to, you know, tuck to reset. 11 seconds of them not being like in the lane or present is pretty significant. Also, is no one pausing for their doorman? He's been DC'd for a while. Oh, he's back, I guess. I'd be pissed if I was that doorman. He was gone for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and not a single person paused. What life steal? Okay. Oh yeah, we did end up going rapid rounds, so we definitely should have bought when we were next to shop. I thought we were pivoting to saving, but we definitely should buy. Okay. Going Fury Trance. Okay, I've seen this so much on Hazes recently. Obviously, I know you use it in tandem with the ult to like gas the ult damage significantly. I assume it's gonna be Fleetfoot next. Any build where you buy Fury Trance, you buy Fleetfoot. So because obviously Fury Trance disables stamina usage, but it is being able to slide or not slide as a gun character and in general in a trade is a massive, massive difference. So you get Fleetfoot so you can still slide around in a trade and not have to reload. I mean, yeah, you are still kind of in the point of the game where it'd be a little better to, we're lucky. For a few reasons. First off, we're still in a point of the game where it'd be a little better to heavy melee, but secondly, we're lucky he didn't 2 onto a minion. Good drifter players will use their 2 to, like, on a minion there to escape. A lot of, like, you know, newer drifters and in general lower drifters don't think about using their 2 aside from getting on enemies. But it's very good for escaping. Oh, it sucks we missed that, but we Fury Trance and barely don't pick him up. Unfortunate. You're not gonna die, but you need to reset now. Yeah, now you just walk out. You should... Honestly, I'd grab this urn. Like, urn's about 30 seconds. Well, actually, I think my timer's desunk because of all the pauses. But urn's about to switch sides, and it's going to be on their side. If you grab urn right now, because it's first urn, it's still neutral. You can put pressure, stop the next urn from spawning for as long as possible, and put pressure on the other side of the map. That first urn people don't think about because it's only 3k souls, which really isn't, like, game-breaking. But, I mean, 5 AP is significant. And having, you know, stalling the next urn spawn and getting a free urn to push your lead is good. Although now your team's actually starting to fall behind again after those 2 deaths. Now it's less significant, and I think now is when your timer actually is like a minute away from urn spawning. Or urn switching. You should sleep him as you're running away. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we definitely had sleep online. That's pretty bad. We could have lived if we just sleep and walk away. Yeah, Doorman's doing well.
So it's to be a day of violence, I see. Be claimed.
You get a free bag, we come kill this Doorman. Oh, you should have ulted. Right there, when you sleep him, you should just go directly on top of him, press ult, press Fury Trance, and watch him die. Yeah, now you're in a bad spot. I mean, you don't die here because if either of them jump on you, you can ult, but you do need help, yeah. You need to peel back to catch this wave right now. More important to stop the wave and then come back. Again, such a good time to ults. Your cooldowns have to be glitched. No, they're not. You have ults online. Yeah, that's... I mean, bring the ult out, but it is rough. For one, we're ulting when he has a door down, which... Or like when we see him have a door down, which is rough. But for 2... We're ulting, you know, again, as he's like getting away from us and at the edge of the hitbox, and not when we're like on top of him or we sleep and go on top of him. I've been like tweaking recently, it's weird. Your guy does catch wave, that's good. Well, there was a timer before that dynamo got there, because your dynamo was also rotating over, where you just catch mid, like stall yourself for like 5-10 seconds, and then come back and kill them both.
On my way.
Okay. Let me add to your notes.
I see 7. Pull back. I don't know. Soldier here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ern got very neutral, damn. They did not have, they were not behind for long. This is, I mean, like right now, oh no, it's a fine fight. Let me get your map on though. But it's only your Vindicta splitting. Your mid's about to crash, but you're close enough that someone can grab it. Unless Drifter just doesn't shove mid. Yeah, I guess he's not shoving mid. That is why you, if you're going to early before, you have a lot of duration on the stun on your Abrams ult. If you're going to ult into the enemy team, have your dash online, because holy shit, after that ult, he had a free fucking triple dash. If he had dash up, he would have just solo won that fight with a 3-man dash into a heavy melee. And I'm assuming he has enough points into dash. Yeah, into a heavy melee, you could go golden. Yeah, your team needs to help you. I'd use Mike. Like, I mean, again, I'm hypocritical and saying I use Mike, because I, you know, actually don't. But it would help you a lot to use Mike. Wow, 3 of your teammates went mid. That's brutal. So, okay. I mean, people in this... I doubt this Dynamo knows it at this elo. But there's Dynamo tech where if you grab Urn and you go on Urn cache and he 2s you while staying on top of Urn cache, it'll still cache. Oh, that's such a bad 2. You're so lucky you didn't get, like, fucked up there. Okay. I think keep that. The lash was the enemy lash. The Doorman didn't see you. I love that shit. When a Dynamo 2s... It just sets you up for bells. You're dead, just down dash. Yeah. It's the best play to jump off there. You're gonna take full damage either way, so you need to get out as soon as possible. When he ults you while Fury Trance, you have no chance of making it to the end. Yeah, Also, you can't use stamina, so I don't know why I said down dash, but. Well, that's really unfortunate. Your team kind of abandoned you there. I think the only way you really catch the turn again is using that dynamo tech where you just, run on top of a cache, you tell your dynamo to 2 you on top of cache, and you could get it. Other than that, you kind of seem to run away because your team's being stupid. AP rounds is approximately a 21% damage increase compared to not having. Okay, thank you. We'll say at 20%. Okay. That's good to know, thank you. That's definitely worth buying then. Ooh. Yeah, you're just gonna fucked. You're gonna ult, I assume. You need to jump on them and in the middle of all of them and ult. Oh, you actually just get out. You should active reload there again for that movement speed. Pretty big difference. Especially we're running away here. Only your Billy died. Also, I didn't see Abrams there, so it was good you didn't ult, because while he has charge online, you could not. There you go. We went Spirit Resilience. I don't like Spirit Resilience Rush at all. In general, on characters with okay, Spirit Resilience is generally loses a lot of value on backline carries because of the lower HP pool. Not to say you shouldn't buy it on Haze, but you definitely shouldn't rush it this early on Haze because it is losing a lot of value. Again, I've been talking to Highdocker a lot about this, but he just straight up doesn't buy Spirit Resilience and will only go counterspell for defense. Because your HP pool and Ivy's HP pool is high. Well, actually, I shouldn't say this with 100% confidence. But I'm pretty sure that Ivy's HP pool is higher than Haze's. So you are still working with, not very much. Ooh, we missed the active reload. It's unfortunate. He has played it already. Fucking creature type shit. Told people there's no map. Billy died alone. Yeah. Well, I mean, also when there's 3 jumping in your jungle, you could, or in their jungle, you could ping to push other lanes. I didn't see the exact. I mean, I saw when you typed it after he died. I assume you were replying to them shit talking. It's still an approximation assumption, since we don't know what's being given priority by the game. That's my best possible guess. Yeah, I'll just go with around 20% damage increase. I mean, it's I think the best way we're getting it. It's crazy that's how that interaction works though, because you would think it'd be an on hit. I mean, it is an on hit, but I just don't know why the fuck Plato doesn't block it. I guess it only has a chance to block it, but then there's still higher damage. I mean, he is living with that fucking plated. But I mean, I guess he's lucky the 2 gun carries are on him and the support. Steinmar really loves those early 2s. Here come. Proof spirits, escalating resilience. We're in a good spot. I mean, we're very defensive though. It's very, very defensive itemization. Having you're at what, your 20 is your 21k spike being double resistances of escalating resilience and spirit, or escalating resilience and spirit resilience. It's not good. Maybe if they're hard gun, you could go escalating resilience, and they're hard spirit, so again, I think spirit resilience is good this game, but it should come out after depending what angle you want to go with, either silence wave for your solo catch or ricochet if you want to go for an ult AoE ult build. APR also makes the bullets unavoidable, which I think takes priority over the 30% chance of negating bullet through plated. Okay, so I guess plated is just counted as evasion chance then. That's interesting. I guess that makes sense they coded it like that. I'm surprised. Oh, APR, yep. You're chasing really deep. I mean, I know you want this kill, but the chance of you killing him isn't crazy high, and now, yeah, you're just gonna die because you're in the middle of the whole enemy team. So, yeah, I mean, you're dead either way. But in that situation, that's again one of the situations where it's more useful for you to get out of that ult as quickly as possible than to not take the most damage. Because if you're stuck in there forever, you give them time to set up. So again, you just want to, where the fuck is it? There, it's okay. This is gonna be a long jog. You just want to down dash though. You just want to jump off the edge and down dash. I was gonna exemplify it, but I'm sure you guys don't need to see what that looks like. And but also that was a very bad overchase where we really honed in on the Abrams without looking at a map at all. You should always be, I mean, you should always be like paying attention to where the enemies are, and especially when you're chasing into Fog of War, paying attention to how many enemies are on map. Heck, but yeah, also back to the itemization. There's just a lot. Like offense is just better in this situation, especially escalating resilience. I don't. Oh, let me look at what your team is showing. On paper, I don't mind this. Let me see if your team was showing before you pulled up. You and Vin are showing a wave on a 2-2 split. You push up. She draws back. This is fine. Your Vin's still with you. You see Drifter behind. Yeah, okay. You see Drifter, or Vin sees Drifter, you don't, and then Vin backs off. I mean, I don't mind this split. The issue is just that you're like so disjointed with your Vindicta. And you need to be telling your team to push right now. Because, right, they put 3 here, we should be hard shoving this lane. Like, Geist is getting mid-walker. We should be putting 3 into this pocket and putting a ton of pressure. Oh, wait, it's only 2. Wait, how does this feel so lost? What the fuck is happening? Your ult comes out, but way too late. Vindicta's ahead, too. She's doing a spirit build. Why does she feel like she's doing fuck all? No, it was 3. I'm not going insane. Okay. But yeah, your team should have gone damage on this walker. Pocket's solo defending. They have 3. They're showing 3 on map on your side. Your guys is putting pressure on this wave. You should push the left side walker with 3 as hard as you can. Whenever they show 3 on one side of the map, don't just type like 3 here, 3 there, because then your team's like, I mean, especially at this elo. If you're higher elo, you can type that and it's fine. But you should be like, if you just double click the walker, it'll say, let's push this walker. Like, you just want to tell your teammates what to do in that situation. Don't, like, at this elo, you do not want to give them the freedom to think for themselves, because they'll probably make the wrong call. What the fuck happened? It wasn't all chat, it was just a self-discharge. I see. I see. Also, all of this is on a 0% resist enemy. If the enemy has bullet resist already, yeah, I mean, then APR has its... Wait, actually... Yeah, then APR would have its, like, increased normal value as well, if they're building, like, plated and resilience. And they should go mid, will they? I don't know. You should hard shove mid here. They're showing a lot. I would hard shove this wave and then run the fuck away. It's your only chance of saving Walker. Yeah, no, Abrams is here. You try to jump this 7, but it's gonna be pretty hard. I also like counterspell for defense, but again, we have 3 defensive items, and or 3 defensive tier 3s, and 4 defensive tier 3s, so we have Fortitude as well. And our only offense is Fury Trance. And, you know, Swift Striker, Active Reload are only, like, pure offense items, which is pretty bad. I mean, Fury Trance also obviously gives... Oh, yeah. Also, another reason we don't need Spirit Resilience is because Fury Trance gives, fucking Spirit Resist. It gives 40% Spirit Resist on use. We do not need to have, like, you know, tripled up on that Spirit, or doubled up on the Spirit Resist. I'm saying tripled because of the extra 25%. But we're way overdone with defense. You're not doing, like, any damage right now because you don't have any form of damage. At this point, I would go for, like, this type of game, you kind of need to catch people out since your team's trailing, but not by a crazy amount. Yeah, like, if you had Silence Wave to stop this pocket right now, that'd be huge. Also, the tech with Silence Wave is after you sleep someone, you ult and then immediately Silence Wave, and they don't have time to react. Because by the time your ult starts shooting, the time, like, the cast time on Silence Wave is lower than the wake up time off your Sleep Dagger. So it's better to ult like that. Okay, there goes Vindicta, bonked on the head. Okay, you're dealing 0 damage. Yeah, I mean, part of it is, you know, the plated rush on Drifter is fucking psychopathic. But another part of it is, like, you know, Drifter can kind of afford to do that because his character does such a comical amount of base damage with this, you know, scaling 3, versus your character really needs the, you know, I mean, some kind of damage, some kind of fire rate, some kind of ricochet. Because, like, Drifter is still doing fucking damage, even though he's plated. But also, to be fair, you have more defensive souls. Because he only has 6k defensive, you have 12k. Which Fortitude is not bad by any means. I don't even mind counters. Well, how much value is counterspell putting in? Amazing into Doorman, good into 7, okay into Drifter. I mean, amazing in the pocket if you can use it to stop the ult, although, you know, this elo I kind of doubt it. Not great into Kelvin, and good into Abrams. So yeah, it is definitely putting in work. I do like the counterspell buy. But I would just put that 6k that you put into Spirit Resilience and Escalating Resilience into, like, I mean, you could go Siphon Bullets if you want to do a Siphon Rush. You could go Ricochet if you want to do more of an old team fight build. You could go Curse if you want to go single target lockdown. You could go Silence Wave if you wanted to play for your ult, but not completely commit like a Curse. Then you could put the other 3k towards, I don't know, more like Burst Fire or something for pure fire rate off the back of your ult. You have a lot of options of how to, like, you know, spec Haze offensively. That's why we are gonna get a T4 though. I'm, you know, like I said, I would assume. I don't even know, because I mean, Siphon Rush is fine, but it's very late for. Well, it's not Siphon Rush. Siphon is fine, but it's very late for Siphon. Ricochet is fine as well, but it's also kind of late for Ricochet, because a lot of the value of Ricochet is how quickly you can farm. How the fuck did the Lash die? Again, kind of popping our Silence Wave, or our Fury Chance before our ult. We can't ult him there because he's next to a corner, and he can loop around that corner very easily. But it is still rough. Also, what's up, Matrix? I mean, I assume more testing, but it's, you know, it's, I don't know, very appreciated. Very appreciated. I don't know. I always worry about my tone. I don't know. I'm a fucking clinical overthinker, man. It's bad. We should be buying though. I mean, it's weird they're just allowed to do this. We're showing our whole team on map. They should be going mid, but obviously they're not. They have, like, okay, also, if you're on the enemy team, by the way, if you look at this map, they have every single... Where's my mouse? What the fuck? They have every single wave positive. Like, well, you know, obviously it's push back, but every wave was, like, here or back. And they have a player advantage. This is 100%. I mean, you could do earn if you really wanted, but you could also just do mid. People in low... I mean, in lower elos especially, but even in general, like, I see this shit in Phantom. Just do not think of wave state as like a component to calling mid. But wave state is so important and so useful for calling mid, because you call mid there, they're down one player and like 2 people have to stay to catch waves. So at most 4 people can contest mid, but realistically it's 3 or less. So you're in an amazing spot to actually go mid. Oh, and I'm still in the drawing software somehow. I don't know why my stream deck is tweaking right now. Man, these VOD reviews make me want to, like, I only speak some Spanish, but I feel like, I don't know what it is about, like, people who flame in Spanish, but I feel like they just flame funnier. And maybe that's just because, like, it's up to my imagination, since I can only translate, like, half of it, and maybe I'd be disappointed if I could actually translate the whole thing. But, like, oh, change view. Oh, it didn't change back. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. I would have hated to be stuck in that view. That's why my stream deck didn't change out of drawing mode. I just didn't fucking click the button. Okay. Dynamo goes to hell. Yeah, one thing, like, really good thing for you into Doorman. Use cart. Does he not have stone on his cart? What the fuck is happening to my goddamn mouse? You should ult him though. Wait, what the fuck is this Doorman build? Belmax ult max? Okay. He's doing well, by the way. He's 8-3, by the way. So, I mean, what I was gonna say is when Doorman ults as a Haze, you can beam his fucking head. Like, it feels awful to ult as a Doorman if they have Haze on the enemy team, because you just get fucking decimated. APR rush I don't like. I mean, we went over, we did the whole testing where APR actually does counterplating, so it is, you know, only 20% extra damage, but it is still good into this plated rush. And, I mean, their bullet resist is not crazy. I mean, you know, Abrams has some. So I don't mind APR this game. But for one, I think it should wait till the other enemies start getting some more bullet resist. And for 2, I think it should wait till you actually have damage. Because armor piercing rounds doesn't give any damage in itself, it just gives bullet velocity. So you're really, when you have, you know, nope, like your gun's only doing 183 DPS plus stacking fixation. Like, it's not, you're not doing that much damage. I love splitting this walker because they're on mid. Yeah, perfect boost. This is all your macro is like insanely good for your elo. It's just the micro. Jolt on top of him, perfect. How the fuck did he have a cape? Saved a rage exploder? What the fuck? Okay. Anyway. Also, one thing with Haze, well, I guess your building is a big thing. But it's, wait, let me add this. But it's really just, you know, let me reset. For clearing that pocket, it'd be really nice to have Silence Wave there. You just Silence Wave on top of them. Slowing it, also Slowing X is an okay substitute for Silence Wave, but I would not substitute it this game since, you know, it's only Pocket who Slowing X is giving value to. I mean, summon to Abrams, but it's not like, you're not getting the times where you would actually pivot Slowing X over Silence Wave is games where they have a lot of movement abilities, like they have Wraith, they have Pocket, and they have Fern, something like that, where you're suppressing like 2 or 3 major movement abilities to get out of your ult, and then you kind of target those people. Siphon coming next. I mean, Siphon's a good item. It is damage finally, which is good. It is a little late though. I mean, there isn't much. Can't really justify Glass Cannon, and it's a little too early for a Lucky Shot, so that's gonna have to come out. Your base gun is just so rough. I mean, you're getting a lot from weapon investments, but your fire rate isn't stellar either. Yeah, we need more. I think we're relying on Fury Transfer fire rate. Additional fire rate could be worse. What? Okay. Well, so you guys need to be careful with this fight. I don't mind kind of contesting this urn because we don't want to give it to them for free. But if any of you die, it is tragically bad. Should be backing out, yeah. You have ults. Oh no, you don't have ults. Unfortunate. I mean, I like how you played that initially. It's just we, you know, should have been backpedaling instead of chasing the pocket. We tunnel visioned on him way too hard. Yeah, oh yeah. Also, yeah, I mentioned Fleetfoot earlier, but that is another item that would be huge to have. Fleetfoot plus Fury Trance. Like, if you're ever buying Fury Trance, you need to have Fleetfoot because they just work so well in tandem. Yeah, that's game. Unfortunate. But yeah, a good point is also that Fleetfoot is, you know, so key to Fury Trance. Because there's so many times you're using it without your ult, and if you can't slide and you can't use ult, it feels so bad. Okay, as far as your notes, I would say, you know, first off, we could talk about the ult usage and just making sure you're ulting on top of people. In the early game, you had a lot of ults that were just, they were already at the edge of the hitbox, and they just kind of had to like dash once to get out of it. In tandem with that, we can start on the building, which is, if you're going on a kind of ult build like this, you need something to catch people out and like keep them in your ult. Which is, which normally is Silence Wave, can be Curse if you really need it, can be Slowing Hex if they have a bunch of movement abilities, but you need something. And the combo is you sleep, you ult, and then you Silence Wave with the Silence Wave. Next off with the building, you know, more raw damage earlier, less defense. I also don't know if we used Counterspell once that entire game, even though we bought it. I might have missed it, but we definitely didn't use it enough, considering I never saw us use it. Would have been great to be using. It is, you know, significance at the very least. A good defense, especially where we're getting jumped. We're getting jumped by the pocket. And then, let's see. Lastly, I would say the over chasing and just making sure we're checking our map when we're chasing and not just, you know, chasing without looking back, which can, you know, lead to a lot of deaths and is a big problem in lower elo. That's definitely something I'm going to talk a lot about in my how to climb out of lower elo video if that ever makes the main screen. Anyway, if you're watching YouTube, I hope you enjoyed and keep it real.